Hi, everybody, and welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. Mike Davis is still not here, so we are going to party without him. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going to be hanging out with one of my good friends and yours, Troy Blevins. We'll bring him in a second. But first, let's make some money. So, if you don't have dinner plans yet, before Bollock starts this evening, go pick up your pizza at Carmelo's Pizza. They are locally owned by the Tringali family. They are voted best pizza 9 years in a row. New York-style brick oven pizza. Fantastic. Great memories from my days in New York. They also have salads, subs, wings, and more. They do burgers at the 123 Burger House. So voted best burger 3 years running. They've got chicken, wings, salad, authentic wood-fired pizza, and ice cream for dessert. Both restaurants offer dine-in, takeout, and delivery through Bite Squad and Grubhub. Join the Tringali family for dinner, but make sure you get it to go so you can watch Bollocks with us.
You said doo-doo.
I did. I do that. Opening their doors in 2008, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has proudly stood by their customers through hurricanes, major floods, hail, and fires. Through these events, the agency has become a much-needed insurance resource in times of trouble and hardship. Honesty and integrity are the pillars of our core values, says owner Ashley Casey, and we pride ourselves on being insurance experts while developing strategies that help our clients meet their insurance needs. They truly love the relationships that they have forged. They love you, St. Augustine, and it helps to bring out the best in them. Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine, their goal is to make your time and experience buying a car stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked number one dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford has also won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out online at bozardford.com or head down there and have dinner with them at the Ford Garage. Last but not least, we've got A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing. They offer free estimates and have been serving St. Johns County for over 20 years in the construction industry. A to Z offers painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties for up to 25 years. They also offer shingle roofs with warranties for up to 50 years. They install tile roofing, cedar shake shingles, designer roofing, and flat roof coverings. Recent job photos with material descriptions can be seen at A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com. Chuck McCone and his team will get you covered. Now, we've already given away the lead. Troy Blevins is in the house.
It's in the title.
Yes, it's there.
It's in the title.
It is. So, we gave it away.
That's why attendance is so low. It's like, I see too much of this guy with the beard.
That's not usually the way that works.
Yeah.
People like to see you.
The beard's scaring them today.
Yeah?
It's coming off next week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you doing your hike again?
No, scuba diving or snorkeling.
Yeah.
So I got to wear a mask.
Are you a snorkel guy or a scuba guy?
I like both.
Yeah.
My ears can't take very deep depths. I can only go probably about 30, 40 feet. If I go much further than that, then I'm really in pain. I have a tough time clearing because my nose has been broke so many times. I don't know if you noticed, but my nose goes to the right a little bit.
I haven't studied the symmetry of your nose.
Yeah. So,
and normally I see you from an angle because you're at my side.
Yeah.
We don't often sit across from each other.
Not looking direct, but no, I broke my nose like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, sports is not good. You're supposed to catch the ball, not with your face, though.
I only broke my nose once.
Yeah.
And I was the little kid, my big brother and my cousin were like, oh, we can do somersaults with you super fast on the pool. And they got the head to the knees part correct. They didn't get the flipping part so great. And so like the whole body was supposed to flip, not just the head to the knees.
Yeah.
So I lost a
went
tooth.
Straight in there.
I've got a little lump on my nose.
Yeah, I have summer teeth also. Yeah, some are here, some are there.
Yeah.
All these up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer scuba, though. I mean, I prefer being under the water. I'm more likely to hurt my ears when I'm snorkeling
Really?
Because I don't like to be at the surface. And so I'll take a breath and I'll free dive down.
Gotcha.
And then it's harder to clear your ears because you've got a shorter period of time to get down there.
Yeah.
And so I just like how chill it is to slowly equalize on the way down with scuba. Once you're down, you're down. You're not fighting the current as hard as you do when you're at the surface. And unless someone kicks you in the face, your air supply is not getting compromised.
Yeah. So where we're staying next week is the largest coral reef in
That's awesome.
In the Caribbean.
Very cool.
So, and it's right at, I mean, it's only in about 8 to 10 feet of water.
Yeah.
So it's really, really a cool spot. And we're staying in the Palapas right on. We're doing some glamping.
Glamping?
Yeah, there's only 200. There's only 200 people on the entire island, so it's a fun place.
That's a cool trip.
I can't wait to hear about that. It's my favorite getaway. So yeah.
Attendance is better today, Amanda. Thanks. Thanks, Bobby. We've got, so I failed to mention Jackie Hurt's calendar yesterday, and it was International Day of Happiness. Were you happy yesterday?
I'm happy every day.
I had a good day yesterday. Yeah. And then West King Market, I hear those are going really awesome. I'm excited for the West King area doing those West King markets on Wednesdays. It's always the third Wednesday of the month. But we've got the Royal Trio transfer, like the transfer of office today.
I don't know what that means.
So they do the blessing of the fleet, and that's a big royal family event.
It's when they do the royal family exchange.
I think, this is when
right
the
before
old kings and queens be handed over to the new kings and queens.
Yeah, right before Palm Sunday.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm with you now.
Yep. And then we're not going to be here tomorrow for World Water Day. But it sounds like you're going to celebrate World Water all next week.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, you can do that.
And I drink water every day.
I drink water every day. I got my big old jug here today.
I mean, I'm drinking tea, but that's mostly made up of water.
Yeah, I got tea. I got 2 drinks. I'm in it to win
Oh my gosh,
today.
That's not a drink.
Okay, so
you got to bring that monstrosity on camera.
And then they know my big jug.
Oh my gosh.
So it's because I'm cheap and I don't want to buy a new aerodynamic.
All right, is those stickers from different places?
Yes. So this was a SeaWorld mug that I got as a gift in college, and then I've got homeschool stickers from places I've traveled. A.D. Davis is there, Clemson's there. Then we've got Task Force Hydro 1, the Alligator Farm, 904 Now is on here. Okay. So places I've gone and places I care about.
Yeah. My Yeti has different locations that I've been to, but if you get a sticker every place, it refrigerator's good for that, for magnet. I'm a magnet on the refrigerators.
Yeah.
So
we do not have that clean girl aesthetic in our kitchen. We got magnets on our refrigerator. So Tim is in the comments. There are only 5 tickets left for the Bourbon and Barbecue event this Saturday at Jimmy Jam. I'm gonna pull it up and drop it in the comments.
I think he just did.
Tickets.
Tim already got it in there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, awesome. Tim, I have to buy. Rebecca's not going to be able to join us, but it's just going to be me. So you're going to have to live with me.
He's buying it right now.
I'm buying it right now, Tim. I was supposed to do it earlier today. I told Tim I was going to, and I haven't done it. So you have. Ooh, the autofill worked.
Awesome.
So always scares me. Always scares me when the autofill doesn't work.
So follow Troy's lead and get your tickets for Bourbon and Barbecue. There are more events coming up. We've got Emma Concerts April 4th, Word and Music with Stefana Take 2. It's from 1 to 2 p.m. at the Waterworks. Steve and Anna Marr are a clarinet and piano duo. This is free admission. It's going to be a great event. And then we've got May 4th, St. Augustine Orchestra at 7:30 at the Lewis Auditorium. It's the Romanza Festival collab. They're doing classical and popular music from movies. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I think that we should have voting, and whoever gets the most right, gets some kind of special meet and greet at the end. That's my plug.
On the music?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
You gotta pick the movies.
I will forfeit it immediately because, even when I was running the amphitheater music venue, I was still terrible at I had no songs that I like.
Yeah.
But if you said who sings that, I was like, I don't know.
I can't.
Dean Martin? I don't know. My answer was always Dean Martin.
I can't name the artist, but I can usually place it in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people like call me out. You get those songs that are in multiple movies, and they'll get mad at me because they know it from a different movie. And then we search it, and I'm like, haha, I knew it.
Yeah,
it's there.
You're both right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this event is $20 for adults, $5 for students. Reserve your seat at emmaconcerts.com. And don't forget those luau tickets for Task Force Hydra 1 Luau. That's coming up May 11th, 5 to 8 p.m. at Mark Lance Armory, 190 San Marco Avenue in St. Augustine, downtown. This is catered Hawaiian food, DJ music, hula dancers, silent auction, and a raffle. We love to help Task Force Hydra 1. Come party with us, please. It'll be a great event. I know that my husband and I are going. Mike Davis and Darcy are allegedly going.
Okay.
He's so mad that he's missing the bourbon and barbecue.
Oh.
He's so mad. That's right up his league.
Yeah.
Meat and bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah. Barbecue and bourbon.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a great combination. I mean,
it's perfect.
It's what Americans do. America.
Merca.
Yeah.
It's very Mercan.
Yeah.
And it helps a great cause. Jimmy Jam's fantastic. They do amazing community outreach. They're always apt and always ready to help somebody in need. So it's a great organization to support. So it's going to be a fun night. There's going to be a lot of cool people there. Yes, Susan Johnson, Barry Browdy is doing pairings of barbecue, or bourbon with the barbecue. So it's going to be a multi-course tasting, and everyone gets one of them fancy glasses.
Do I have to drink with my pinky out?
I guess you can. That's a stylistic choice.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Are you from?
I'm not
are
a
you from the
pinky out
UK?
fan. No.
Your family heritage isn't there?
Yeah, my family heritage is actually from my mom's side is all from England. From my dad's side, it's from Wales and
it's in your blood.
Ireland. Yeah. So no, but I'm pretty sure we're from the poor side of the. No. We're from like the Derby area.
Is that why you're in a Derby hat?
I am in a Derby. Ironically, I'm in a Derby. I didn't even think of that when I made that statement. So. Yeah.
That's fun.
I'm trying to get back to all our comments. You know,
yeah.
Tim,
there you are.
Tim took me off there.
I know.
I'm back now.
You're
back.
back.
Sorry about
all right,
that.
I've got a couple of different things that we can talk about today. So you help guide the show, and that will lead us wherever you want to go.
Okay.
All right. So what I've got planned for trivia will be online quizzes that we can either race to the answer on, or we can take turns answering questions on.
Well, I think we should do it as a team, being it's just head to head.
Right.
I mean, if you want to go,
we can do that.
You want to go head to head on the.
We can do it.
But I think.
However you want to do it.
I think we play against the audience.
Okay. Well, they'll be able to see it too, because it'll be on the computer, so it'll be on your screen, so you guys can play against us. So where do you want to go first? Do you want to go to Would You Rather? They don't make them like they used to. The Mandela Effect, or This Day in History?
Let's do This Day in History.
This Day in History. So I did tune in for the Stoidum Fact today. So there are a few things, and I was kind of surprised at the one you chose. I didn't think that. Well, you've probably done the.
I did the Selma one.
You did the Selma one in the
Montgomery,
past.
Yeah.
I figured that would be your highest priority.
Yeah. I did that one before.
All right, fine. So you did do. I did
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. That's right.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, nobody mentioned in comments that I saw, but The Rock is the reason why I know Alcatraz as well.
Okay, from the movie?
Yeah, Pete and I are on the same page as that. That's when I have seen Alcatraz.
Yeah. But did you never watched the movie The Birdman of Alcatraz?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a good movie. Good movie.
That's a good one. So that was 1963 that Alcatraz closed its doors. 43, so 20 years before that, was one of the plots to try and assassinate Hitler was foiled.
Yes.
It failed.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
They tried a couple of different ones.
They did.
Valkyrie came along a little bit after that.
Yeah.
So
the one I thought was interesting though was the very famous Dr. Livingstone, I presume.
Yes.
That is from an event that started in 1871 on this day.
Okay. All right.
So Dr. Livingstone was a missionary and an explorer, and he was determined to bring the gospel to Africa and find the source for the Nile. And so his journey captivated the world. I mean, it's everywhere in the papers. Everyone wants to know, and then he goes missing. And so they end up finding a journalist. Henry Morton Stanley is the journalist that went out. So Stanley's searching for Dr. Livingston. His journey was not easy. He ends up getting sick and kind of stumbling his way into a village of Ujiji on the shore of Lake Tanganyika. And
in present day Zimbabwe. Yeah.
And so he stumbles on a bearded man, and that's when he utters the line that becomes famous.
Yeah, it's very, very rare to run into
a white-bearded white man.
Elderly white bearded man in 1871.
Yes.
In
the deep jungle regions of Africa.
Yeah, and at my previous house, I had lions in front, and one of them was named Stanley, and the other one was named Livingston.
Yeah.
So, because we had come back from our safari at Livingston National Park, so that we actually did one of our safari runs in Livingston National Park, and that's where we saw the rhino.
That's
to finish our big 5.
That's really awesome.
So, because we finished our big 5 in the 13 days, which was really says a lot about how good our guides are.
Rhino, elephant, lion, giraffe, and
water buffalo.
Water buffalo.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm not sure giraffe is one of them.
No?
Hold on. It's lion, elephant, water buffalo, and rhino, and
did you see hippo?
Yeah, we saw a lot of hippos.
Yeah,
but I don't think hippos are so prevalent that I can't. And the elephants there were super prevalent, so I might have to look up the big 5.
So you saw a lot of bloats.
Yes. Well, and the one thing I learned there that I didn't know, and I didn't realize this, but hippos are water animals, but they don't swim.
Yeah. They run along the bottom.
They run along the bottom,
which
and then
is
they push,
wild.
Then they push air into and then they come up, get air, and then they come back down. But they don't swim.
They don't swim at all. Yeah, no. They just run.
Yeah.
And they're so fast. Yeah. Have you seen the video of them like catching up to boats trying to speed away?
Oh, they are frightening fast, and they kill more than the crocodiles do.
Not because they're meat eaters either. Just because they're angry little vegetarians.
Yeah,
or angry big vegetarians.
They're like, I don't swim, so I'm going to be mad.
I know. It's wild. So Livingston doesn't go back with him, though. So he continues on his quest, but he only lives another 18 months after his encounter with Stanley. So he died in Zambia, but his body was embalmed, which is kind of a wild story because we think embalmed and we think like modern embalming.
Yeah.
No, they like
in and out.
Yeah. They like wrapped him in tar, and that's the way they preserved it. His body was wrapped in tar and then like rolled in like canvas, I believe. And so that's the state he was in when he was returned to Britain. But I went to London before I knew anything about Dr. Livingston, and he's buried in Westminster Abbey. And I saw his grave, and I was really in it more for the people I recognized around him. So I have pictures of his grave and later realized how cool it was that I got to see his grave. Stanley was later disgraced. He was not allowed to be buried in Westminster.
Well, he treated.
Well, so Livingston wanted to help end slavery.
Yeah.
And Stanley went the other way.
And he was abusive.
Yes.
All right. Leopard was the other one.
Leopard, okay.
I knew it wasn't giraffe. I just couldn't think of which one it was, but it's a
patterned furry animal, but not. I was on the wrong one.
Yeah.
So did you see giraffe? I love giraffe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. And one of the coolest things is the giraffe is like the security system of the savannah.
Yeah.
All right, because they can see everything.
Yeah.
So if you see giraffes all looking in the same direction, I mean, there's a predator that way.
Yeah.
So me and the guide got out of the vehicle. We both had to go to the bathroom. We got out of the vehicle, and he looks up, and he's standing over to my left over here, going to the bathroom. I'm standing here, and he goes, "Uh-oh." And I'm standing here, I'm in the middle.
Don't say uh-oh.
I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "All right, you need to finish up and we need to go." He says, "Look at the giraffe to our left." We're looking, the giraffes are literally like 50 to 100 yards away from us, completely don't care about us at all. But their eyes are faced
They're all laser focused.
Not towards them. Luckily, they were between us and wherever they were looking. But he's like, there's a predator close to us. And I was like, oh. We go around the corner. There was a lion just sleeping right there at one of those big termite mounds.
Yeah.
A
male?
But I was like, yeah. And he was just like, uh-oh. I was like, oh, what does that mean?
It's way scarier for it to be a female.
I was like, I can cut this off.
I know. Pinch it off, man.
I can end this right now. He's like, no, we're good.
Yeah. So Stanley was disgraced and he was denied the same honorary burial in Westminster Abbey. But Livingston's story captivated the world, and that's why the Dr. Livingston, I presume, was such a remembered line.
Livingston's, I think it's national. His national one in Zimbabwe is right near Victoria Falls.
Okay.
So,
which are gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
Those are gorgeous.
It's just absolutely. I mean, that's one of the 7 wonders.
Yeah, I want to go.
One of the ones I've been able to check off.
I want to go to Africa so bad. I want to do a safari so bad.
Yeah, we did zip lining from Zimbabwe over to Zambia and back.
Yeah.
The whole
do you
family.
Have to show your passport.
The whole family. No. They're like, you weren't really here.
We got
you. You weren't really here. And so we never actually stayed in Zambia. But the funniest story is we're leaving Zimbabwe to go to Botswana. And the place we stayed at Botswana is where Elizabeth Taylor went on her second honeymoon with is it Richard Burton? It was the one she married twice.
Okay.
The guy she married twice.
Yeah,
so
that's
we stayed in the same suite that they stayed in.
Yeah.
But when we were leaving Zimbabwe, they took us to the border, and then we had to walk across the border and get in another Jeep on that side. And they said, oh, well, you have to go through this hoof and mouth disease cleaning station.
Okay.
And then you can go over. So we were thinking we were going to get kind of sprayed down with some disinfectant or something like that. It literally was a dish tub with water in it and with like maybe some detergent.
Yeah.
You stepped into it, you stepped out of it, and that was the cleaning station.
Well, they assume you're not rolling around in the dirt.
Well, all of us had on boots except for Ty.
Yeah.
And Ty was wearing Crocs.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had to put his feet.
You have to do that in a lot of zoos as well.
Oh, he had to put his feet in that nasty water and step out. We're like, I'm sorry, kid. Our bad. We're the worst parents ever.
Yeah, foot baths are a very common thing in animal habitats.
Yeah.
Just because that's where you track it.
That's where you carry it with you. Yeah.
Because, I mean, like I said, you're not usually rolling around animal feces, so it's not usually like on your shoulders. It's usually in your shoes, and you don't know it, and shoes are probably the thing we wear the most that we clean the least. And so, yeah, foot baths are really common.
Yep.
But it's ugly. That's not fun. Yeah. Have you seen the videos of the equator where there's it's basically a bird bath with a hole drilled in it. And so 10 feet north of the equator, 10 feet south of the equator, and then one directly on the equator. And the ones north spin one direction, and so they'll pour water in it, they'll put a flower in it, and you'll watch the flower go around. Wow. You'll go to the south
That's
location.
like Bart Simpson calling Australia to have them flush the toilet.
Yeah. And then you go to the south, you're 20 feet away from the one you were just at, and it spins the other direction.
That would be really cool.
And then it just goes straight down at the equator. It doesn't spin.
No spin.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild. That's something that I think I want to do at some point, but I got to hang out on the equator.
Yeah. No.
How do you travel with bird baths?
Yeah. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
bowls.
We'll figure it out.
Bowls and a knife. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, there's Tupperware.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, it has to work the same way, right?
Yeah. Dollar Tree salad bowls.
Yeah, exactly. And they're stackable.
Yeah, that would work. We can figure this out.
Or can we use the exact same one?
Yeah, we
could.
Then
move it there, and then move it there.
Yeah, and that proves the point even more because then you know it's the same.
It's equal.
Yeah, it's the exact same conditions.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have Would You Rather. They don't make them like they used to, or Mandela Effect.
Let's do They Don't Make them like they used to, because I think I live that.
I thought this would be a good one for you.
Yeah, I think I am that person, because some of the things I say to people around me, because I'm around a lot of people your age and younger, and they go, what? Yeah, that's the way it was.
Yep. So there's a Reddit forum examples that they don't make them like they used to. And people just have all kinds of...
Okay, explain to our audience what Reddit is, because
So
I'm looking at who's on our audience here. And Reddit...
So I don't spend much time on Reddit,
Yeah.
but I do watch videos of people that aggregate stories from Reddit. And so like I dabble on the edges, but I'm not an actual Redditor.
So it's like a video.
Yeah. Well, it's a forum thing. It's not a video forum. It's just like a message board platform.
Okay.
Think like an old chat room on AOL type thing.
Okay.
But there's different Reddit boards. So anyone can start a Reddit board, I think. So there's the AITA, Am I an Asshole, where people ask for advice. There's politics.
If you have to ask that, the answer is yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of different like places where you can fandoms for movies and books and people
I know Blake's on Reddit. I'm not really a Reddit.
People kind of geek out on Reddit on different areas, and people will talk current events and politics, and it's kind of a place where people can ask advice and commiserate with like-minded people.
Got it.
And so this particular one, I guess someone had noticed that like there are lots of, they don't make it like they used to, examples. And so put it out there to Reddit. And one I thought was interesting that I didn't even realize that I had forgotten about. Have you had pets your whole, well, you've had pigs.
Yeah.
Have you had dogs and cats?
I've had animals pretty much in my life in some form or another, and almost about every type of domestic animal.
Yeah.
In my life at some point,
So
including a tarantula.
Like animal feed bags used to have a string attached to them, and you would pull the string, and it would open the bags. We always would get these big giant Mondo food bags because we've always had big dogs, and you wouldn't have to cut the bag open or like rip the bag open. It was stitched closed, and you would just pull the thread.
I didn't know they were different now.
They don't have it now. Like, it's not a
I can
thing.
tell you this. I mean, because
it's gone.
We sold our farm as I went into high school.
Yeah.
And I probably have not opened a feed bag, but I remember those. We didn't have feed bags for our hogs because we used the slop from the schools, and then we had to recook it. Because that was a health code. You had to recook the food. But
the
for
food that was left over that you fed the pigs,
the food that was already cooked at the school that we collected from the schools,
you then have to heat again.
We'd have to boil it again in the slop cooker. We had a slop cooker made of two 55-gallon drums put together.
That had to smell delicious.
Oh, it was yummy. It was yummy. It wasn't that bad when it was first cooking, but it was bad on an August day.
Yeah.
Because it went down into it was like a trough that went down. So you would open up the cooker, and then it would just slide down, and you'd take like a hoe and pull the food down for the pigs.
Oh man.
It's a beautiful life I had.
Pigs are miracles of nature because they take that slop, they literally eat slop, and they turn it into bacon.
They turn it into bacon. And the beautiful part about pigs, and people don't realize this, they crap in the furthest point from their food.
They're very clean.
So they always poo in the same spot. So that one area is nasty, but everything else is usually pretty decent.
And when they're rolling in the mud, they're not rolling
because they don't have sweat glands.
Toilet. Yes, they're doing it to cover their skin, right? And cool down.
They don't have sweat glands, so that's how they cool down.
And they can get sunburn too, right?
Oh yeah. The lighter ones, yeah.
So the mud helps that, and
most of the Hampshire don't,
pigs.
but the Yorkshires will get sunburnt, but the Hampshires usually wouldn't.
Now I want to look at those two regions on the map in the UK and find out where they are. One of them sorry, go ahead.
No, but I mean, that's what we did. But our horse, the feed bag, I mean, it was a string, and you just pulled it, it opened up, and you just kind of dumped it in. And the only problem with that is the area that you dumped it in. There's a tendency for rats to hang out in feed areas.
Yeah.
And when you open it, they sometimes will jump at you.
Dude, no.
Yeah. So you open it like this, and if you forgot because you kind of got a little
in a rush,
you just kind of got distracted. It was a rough time.
Ew. No, thank you.
Yeah.
The one that like really caught my attention on here as I was scrolling though was this story from Flimsy Attention 722 Reddit user. They said in 1985 they bought an old clothes dryer at auction by accident. The auctioneer just pled with this woman's husband to just start the bidding. And so $5 bid. So they buy an old clothes dryer at auction in 1985 for $5 because no one else would bid on it. I kind of get why now, because like it didn't vent. So it just had all of the heat just fell out of the front. There was like a vent in the front of it.
Yeah.
And so they would only use a clothesline in the hot months, but in the cold months, it would help to warm their house.
Oh,
so
okay.
It also had like a blue light inside, which I guess in the 1950s, when this dryer was made, it was like, it helped sanitize it. It was an ozone light and it was supposed to help sanitize it. That's the story they got from Westinghouse when they reached out. Okay. So it was made in the 1950s. So they got a 30-year-old dryer they bought for $5. All right. They used it until 1996 when they gave it to someone else. Still in perfect working order.
They don't make them like they used to.
They gave it to someone else. So at that point, it's a 40-year-old dryer. And they just redid their laundry room or whatever and upgraded their appliances, and they gifted it to a friend of theirs that needed a dryer.
Yeah. No, they
40 years old.
But I mean, what was it? Was it Maytag that had the repairman that just kept always sitting around, didn't have anything to do as part of the commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was true. I mean,
and
those
they
things.
Faded that out in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, they faded that out because they made parts to break on purpose because just like everything else, and they'll tell you at the car dealership too, it's in the service is where you make your money. Yeah. It's not in the sale of the vehicle, it's in the service.
It's planned obsolescence. Yeah. It's intentional building something to break at a certain period of time. And the reason this got me
That's what my parents did too. They built me to break.
Well, haven't broken yet. We bought a new stovetop oven, glass top range 3 years ago. We had to replace the one that our house came with when we bought it. Okay. So 3 years ago, one of the eyes is already going out. Like legit, 3 years. This woman used to dryer for 40 years. Yeah. And I've got a 3-year-old stove that I now can't use the front right eye, which was everyone's favorite, which is why it's probably going out. That's what everyone
uses. That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Do you have, so I've heard that being an adult is having a favorite eye on the stove. Do you have one?
It's a front right.
Front right.
It's always front right.
It's always front right.
I didn't even know that
I'm having to go left now, and it's very confusing.
Well, the left one's usually large front right, smaller front left, large back.
Our left. Stove, you can choose large or small on the front.
That's why it's breaking. It's because it's too smart.
It's a problem.
You know which one of my vehicles I have the least problem with? My 1965 Jeep.
So I have a couple household appliances because my stupid 3-year-old stove. We also went through like 4 washing machines until we bought a Speed Queen, and then we've had the Speed Queen for almost 12 years now. But in the almost 18 years that my husband and I have been together, we've been through 5 washing machines because the first 4 all broke in 6 years or less. And we've had a Speed Queen for almost 12 years, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, and see, I have a dryer that you know when you open the dryer, it's supposed to shut off. Yeah. That mechanism doesn't work, but all you have to do is stop the dial and it stops. So, I just have...
It's not a problem.
No, it's not a problem. And this thing's... I bought this dryer 11... Now, I hate even talking about it now because you know what's going to happen.
I know.
It's going to break tomorrow.
There's wood. Yeah. Knock on wood.
Yeah. But I bought this house in 13. So I've had it since I've had that house, and the same with the washer. Yeah. So
that's wild.
Yeah. The washer and dryers I have not had to replace there. And matter of fact, the stove. Oh, gosh, I'm in trouble.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I have replaced the fridge one time. So
I was thinking about some other things. My husband doesn't believe me. I'm just a touch older than him, so I have a more vivid memory of these. But Pringles sour cream and onion chips. Did you ever eat these?
Yeah.
These were like a major snack for me. I loved them, and I ate them all the time in my childhood. And they used to have green flecks on them. And there would be at least 2 in the can that would just be plastered. You couldn't even see the texture of the chip. They had so much seasoning on it. And it wasn't unusual to have decent coating on one side. Now you can't even see seasoning on Pringles sour cream and onion chips. I don't even buy them anymore.
I don't.
It's very unsatisfying.
And I like the Lay's stackables more than I do the Pringles.
Yeah.
They're just a little heartier.
Okay.
So, but they're hard to find too. I had to order some on Amazon, and the one that came on Amazon, they were all crumbled up. And that's that's like the worst when you open like a Pringles can and you're like, it's all like Pringle dust.
Yeah.
Because they already pressed it together to make it where it's stacked easy.
Yeah.
So
I can't eat chips right now until Easter. And so my chip replacement has been pork rinds. And I found these pork rinds that are tossed in tagine seasoning, like a chili lime seasoning from Mexico. And they're fantastic.
Yeah.
But Costco got me hooked on them, and then they don't have them anymore. So
I've
ordered them from Amazon.
I've had the sriracha pork rinds. Those are pretty yummy.
Yeah. They're $45.05 chicharrones, pork rinds, but with the tagine seasoning. So I ordered them from Amazon, and they came in this collapsed Home Depot box that the dude cut the sides down and then laid over, and they were flat. And I was like, I spent $20 on these daggone things because I just wanted a chip.
The only thing that gets me mad, and I usually do self-checkout.
Yeah.
But when I don't do self-checkout, and I try and be as nice as I possibly can to the person that's bagging, because I grew up in a group. My dad was a butcher in Winn-Dixie. I grew up in a grocery store. I worked at a grocery store. I'd rather bag myself, but Publix does an amazing job of hiring special needs children too, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
But when I see them grabbing the chips and just tossing them around, I'm just like. It's everything I got. Everything I got.
Yeah.
To not say anything.
Yeah.
And if it's a full adult who should know better, that's when
Gloves are off.
I don't. Karen doesn't come out of me a whole lot, but that's when the Karen will come out of me in that situation.
Don't smash my chips, my bread, or my eggs.
Yeah. No.
I don't ask for a lot. And my kids, they'll throw around a bag of chips. They'll help us unload the groceries. I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
We spent good money on those things being crispy, and you're reducing them to dust.
Yeah.
Barbara Jean thinks I'm gross. I'm sorry. I like pork rinds, especially tossed in tagine.
She's from Minnesota.
Seasoning. I know. She don't know.
They don't appreciate good pork rinds.
Dude, they're so
Minnesota.
good. Well, I didn't even like pork rinds until my husband got them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because chicharrones it's a Spanish snack, and it's pork rind.
Yeah.
And so I had just always looked at pork rinds the same way I'd looked at pickled pig's feet and pickled eggs, that's a gas station snack. I'm not going there. And so he introduced me to pork rinds, and they are delicious.
Yeah. Have you had pickled pig's feet?
I have not.
Okay.
I don't eat much pickled food. I'll be honest.
Okay. I like pickled eggs.
Yeah.
Not a pickled pig's feet person because it's just gristle.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's all the ligaments
chewy.
and tendons.
Yeah, it's very, very chewy. The flavor's not bad, but it's just the worst thing I ever ate in the world. And it's a texture thing. I ate jellyfish. So jellyfish is just long strands.
Yeah.
And imagine what you would think jellyfish tastes like. Okay, it's worse.
Oh.
All right. And when you start you start first eating the jellyfish, it feels like it's actually growing in your mouth like a treble. Oh. It's just it's like multiplying, and you just have to finally just swallow. All right.
There's I'm done chewing. There's just a moment of commitment.
And in China, the way it works, like if you're there on a business deal or something like that, the highest person has to eat first, second highest person has to eat, the highest person there, of the guest, and then the host, and it works in that hierarchy.
Okay.
Blake's mom was the highest person, then I was second. She literally looks at me and goes, I don't know what to do, because it was multiplying in both our mouths, and I was like, I read about the culture and stuff like that. I was like,
you have to swallow.
You just gotta get this down. and we both.
What an awkward time to have that conversation with your wife about swallowing or spitting.
I'm with you on it, but we're gonna have to get through this together.
It's one of those Thelma and Louise moments. Hold my hand. We're gonna swallow this together.
We're just gonna have to get through this together. And it was by far the grossest thing. And I've I've eaten live goldfish. I've eaten a lot of bugs. I've eaten a lot of, in Africa, we tried a lot of those things. The worst thing I ever ate was jellyfish. Oh. It was awful.
Is it like, I would imagine it's like a condensed ocean taste, but also fishy.
I can't even tell you what it tasted like.
Yeah?
The texture threw you off so bad.
Dude.
That it was awful. The texture just was that. Bleh. Yeah.
So my last, they don't make them like they used to, is double stuffed Oreos. I contend that double stuffed Oreos are the level of filling that regular Oreos were in my childhood, and that the mega stuff are now the double stuffed Oreos. I will die on this hill. I know that this is what it is. And if anybody wants to fight me on this, I will take you on. My husband doesn't believe me, but barbecued raccoon, Tim, come on.
I've had raccoon. It wasn't barbecued.
I was excited about the daddle pork rinds, and now you hit me with the barbecue raccoon.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Raccoon's not as bad as possum. So.
But double stuffed Oreos, I swear that they have changed the level of filling.
I think it's like, well, it's hard to write 1.5 because I think that's where it's at. I don't think it's double stuffed anymore.
It's not.
And they have like the mega stuffed.
Mm-hmm. That's what double stuff used to be.
I think you're correct.
But
then if you get the mega stuff, there's only like 8 of them in the box, and you're paying the same amount.
So much. So I was like, I was on 2 swim teams. I was a cheerleader. I was in dance. Like I did a ton of stuff. So I ate a bunch of junk food when I was in high school. And, at that point you could handle it.
Yeah.
So like
your metabolism actually worked.
My afternoon snack was like ramen noodles. And then I would undo the tops of double stuffed Oreos and I would hit them with just a couple of seconds of heat from the microwave to soften the icing and then scrape all the icing off and then eat the cookies and then eat the icing separate on a spoon. I don't like my stuff touching. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Soups and stews are not my favorite.
Double stuff. I'm a dunker in milk and just bite it all at once. So.
I'm certain I eat them the weirdest way of anyone.
That sounds pretty strange.
I haven't done it since my teens. Well, it helps to burn the calories.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. You're working for it.
I spent a lot of time looking at the icing and the amount of icing to cookie ratio in that process because, as you noted, it takes time and work. So I swear
it's much less.
Mega stuff are the double stuff of my childhood, and double stuff are the Oreos of my childhood, and regular Oreos are just jacked up, sad.
What's your feeling on fried Oreos? Deep fried Oreos.
I've heard they're delicious. I've never tried them.
You've never tried one?
I've never tried one.
Well, we'll have to enlighten you with that. So.
All right.
So I made some the other night, and I did a deep fried thing. And
did Maeve try them?
No, she didn't try that. But the first batch I made in the deep fry, it was like kind of it was the fresher oil.
Yeah.
All right. And then I did deep fried Brussels sprouts, which are great. They were great seasoning and stuff like that. But the flavor of the Brussels sprouts stayed with the second batch of deep fried.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So deep fried with Brussels sprout.
Early April Fool's
joke.
Yeah.
If Rebecca's watching, she can back me up on it. It was not my best effort.
So the first batch, the appetizer batch, was
good?
The
first batch, and Rebecca didn't get the first batch. It was Aiden, our nephew, and Blake and I. They got the first batch, and Blake doesn't eat chocolate, so he didn't even try it. But they were really good. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll make some for you because they came in later, and I was like, this batch sucks. Sorry.
That's terrible.
It was this batch.
Punked.
Yeah.
Rebecca says I was lucky enough to get the second batch all. Yeah. So sweet.
but the Brussels sprouts were good.
I don't like Brussels sprouts.
You don't like Brussels sprouts?
They're like plant feet.
Okay.
They smell like feet.
I
don't like them.
Deep fried, it takes all that smell away.
Well, we've never tried deep fried. We've done a lot of baking and sauteing. My husband is famous for his Brussels sprouts, and everyone loves them, which breaks my heart because that means we're making them at the house anytime there's a big event because everyone wants his Brussels sprouts. I don't like them. I can't get over the smell.
Really?
I think that's what it is. They're kind of bitter, too.
I made Sloppy Joe for Davey the other day. That was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sloppy Joes. I can't think of anything but the lunch lady and Billy Madison. Have some more Sloppy Joes.
Sloppy Joe.
I made them extra sloppy for you. All right, we got trivia now.
Oh, okay.
We're almost out of time. All right, so it's us against the...
Yeah, we start talking about food and animals. We're done.
We're done. All right, so the first one I pulled up is good old-fashioned quiz. These are timed questions. I can take the timer off.
Okay.
So I'll put them up on the screen, and we can all go at it, and we'll keep score. We'll do audience and hosts. All right?
Yeah, you're going to need to read it to me because I'm at an angle and my glasses aren't going to read from this angle, and I can't. There's no way I'll see it from there.
There's no way you're going to see that.
No way
all
I
right,
can see
we'll
it there.
start.
All right.
All right, so good old-fashioned quiz. What is pictured? Is it a mousetrap, a butter urn, a washing machine, or a grape smasher?
It's a butter churn.
It's a butter churn, yeah. Did I say urn?
You said urn. Yeah, put all the people who died of heart attacks because there's too much butter in there.
Well, I mean, it's an option. We got it right.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments if you know these. All right, we've got, is this an ironing press,
Just
a
like
tea
my
strainer, a griddle, or a washboard?
Just like my stomach used to be.
Washboard abs. Yes, it's a washboard, right?
Yep.
We got this. We can do this. I know this.
8-track.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not Betamax. Betamax just looks like smaller VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Microfiche is just rolls of film. Zip discs, that ain't it. 8-track tapes. This is kind of a layup. All right, so what are we looking at here? Is this a bicorn, a stylus, a quill, or a doubloon?
Well, it's a quill.
There is a quill in that picture, yes. Yeah. I agree. It's a quill. All right. Crowd's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've got what is pictured? Telescope, spyglass, opera glasses, oculus. These are opera glasses.
Those are opera glasses.
Yeah.
It's got the little handle.
I only know that because of Pretty Woman, though.
Oh. And she's like, these
Mine
are broken.
Mine are broken. All right. Yeah, that's a floppy disk. Have you heard the story about the guy showing a floppy disk in his tech class? And the student's like, that's so cool that you 3D printed the save button. And he's like, no, it's not the save button. This is why the save button looks like that.
All right. Right now, I have the smaller version of the floppy disk, the little disk.
Mm-hmm. So these are the floppies and the smaller ones.
I have to figure out how to convert that to a thumb drive. And I don't know who has that tech. If somebody out there knows who has that technology, because it's pictures of me carrying the torch.
Yeah.
In 2001, December of 2001. But that's the only pictures.
An operational floppy disk. Man,
I had of the small one, not that one.
I still had one. Yeah, I still had one 10 years ago, but I don't anymore. Yeah. I'll see if I know anybody that still has one. Yeah. All right, so this is a floppy disk.
All right.
Yep. I think everyone is right there with us.
Okay.
I think we're question for question from what I'm seeing in the comments.
Yeah.
What is this? A Lazy Susan, a Rolodex, a spinning Jenny, or a Catherine wheel?
Yeah.
That is a Rolodex, my friend.
Yeah.
Those are fun to play with as a kid.
I worked with one regular.
Is this a panini press, an accordion, a syringe, or a bellows? If that's your shot, then you're in trouble. That ain't no syringe. That's bellows.
They'd use those to try and revive people that drown.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before mouth to mouth. They did bellows. Oh, this is difference engine, abacus, protractor, or slide rule. It's got to be slide rule.
Slide rule.
That is the precursor to the calculator, my friend.
No, you got to use it for calculus.
Nope.
CB.
Yeah, that's a CB radio. It's not a dictaphone. It's not a beeper or a telex.
What'd you say the first one was?
Dictaphone.
Oh, okay. I just want to hear you.
It's also how you call the Oval Office. Yes. All right.
In 1972.
This is a sousaphone, radiograph, a vibraphone, or a phonograph. That's a phonograph. Because wait.
Does it have the round?
It's got the drum.
Yeah, it's got the round. That's a phonograph.
Okay, phonograph. You are nailing these.
My aunt had one. Had a phonograph with.
All right, is this
waxy?
Oh yeah, handcar, traction engine, funicular, or a tram. It's a handcar, right?
I can't tell what's underneath it.
So it might be those aren't. They're not rubber wheels. Those look. Let's see. Here we go. I can zoom.
I can't get a good look at that. I think it's a tram.
Think it's a tram?
Yeah.
I'll go with you. Let's see. Handcar, I was right.
You were right. Handcart. I would not call that a handcart. Handcart's when you pull it's on tracks.
Well, this is the...
Oh.
Yeah, the
oh,
center.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Well, if they'd have showed it.
Showed it in action.
That's like a modern one.
Yeah.
They showed one like from the old days.
That
like
one has like seats.
From the Jim West days, I would have.
You know what I need to see? I need to see the one from Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah.
I
would have got that one for sure. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I thought that was a loading thing up the top.
Okay, so penny farthing, tandem, recumbent bike, or a pedicab. It's a penny farthing, isn't it?
I think so.
I think that's
definitely not
farthing.
The last two.
Oh, yeah. All right, I know what this is. Wait, I say orrery, a binnacle, a sextant, or an astrolabe.
You just like saying the first word.
Orrery?
No, sextant. the first part of it.
So, are you going sextant or astrolabe? This is a sextant, isn't it?
I think it's a sextant.
I think so. Yeah. All right, steno machine, sewing machine, hole punch, or a telegraph key?
Yeah, last one.
Telegraph key? Yeah. Yeah.
Morse.
It's definitely not a sewing machine.
Sam Morse.
Is this a rotary phone, a candlestick phone, a crank phone, or a princess phone? It's got to be a candlestick, right?
I would assume so.
It's not a rotary. It doesn't have.
Phone was in a box.
Yeah, and had an actual
phone,
crank on the side.
Rotary phone was like this, and I don't even know what a princess phone is, so it's got to be candlestick.
I'm thinking it's got to be. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're here. We got this. All right. Buffet lamp, a torche, a limelight, or a banker's lamp?
Well, I don't know on this one.
I think it's a banker's lamp.
It looks like something you would write your receipts with.
You would always see these in movies at banks, right? Yeah. And in like Wall Street guys' offices.
No, they have them on the little tables, and you'd go.
Yeah. Right, and you'd have the.
This one's a guess. I wouldn't bet the $1 million on it if I was in front of Regis. I'd call a friend.
Haha, banker's lamp. We got it. Oh, this is a blunderbuss, right?
Yeah.
It's not a chalet.
Yeah, it's a blunderbuss.
Argyle, Burgyle, Katzenjammer. It's got to be a blunderbuss.
I've never heard of a Katzenjammer.
We're in St. Augustine, yo. We know what blunderbuss is.
Yeah.
Radio antenna, a toaster, a television remote control, or a mousetrap. It's not a toaster. It doesn't have holes in the top.
That is a toaster.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, it's got the heat elements.
The toast is on the outside.
Oh, wait. Does that fall down?
Yeah.
All right. It's an old toaster. Yep, you're right. It ain't got no holes in the top. All right. Fascinator, dawdle, a fob, or a jerkin.
Okay, it's talking about just the chain.
The chain is what... I think it's a jerkin, isn't it? Because isn't that the fob?
I am not sure what that would be. I would go with a jerkin or a dawdle, but I think it's jerkin. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with you. I didn't go with you last time.
It was a fob. It was a fob. All right, so we each...
I thought fob was the connector between the two.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Okay.
Evidently not.
No, I guess it's the chain.
All right, so we got 18 out of 20.
Yeah, and I talked you out of one.
They all got fob. So, all right, audience has got one up on us.
Yeah.
All right, so audience one up on us.
All right.
We got another one.
We got another test?
Yep. So we're going to identify locations around the world or back to the 90s.
I'm good with either one. I'm going to ladies' choice on this one.
Let's go geography because it's going to be pretty pictures.
Okay.
All right. Y'all ready?
Start.
I'm going to take the timer off because it'll reveal the answer before we're ready. All right. Where is this? Norway, Switzerland, Bolivia, or Nepal? I think Norway.
I think it's more Norway.
Yeah.
It looks similar. Those are the Northern Lights.
Yeah, I'm thinking Norway. All right. We got that one.
Pisa.
Yes, that is Pisa, so that's Italy.
Yep.
We got that. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So Spain, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Russia. This is Russia, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that St. Petersburg?
Yeah.
All right. We got that. All right. This is Australia. I know that's Australia, right? That's the Aboriginal site.
Mm-hmm.
That's on all of the artwork.
I'm saying between Australia and it, could be somewhere in Kenya, but
yeah,
I'm not familiar with it.
I don't know this one. Denmark, France. No, this is Hungary, France, or Canada. This isn't Versailles, is it?
I'm not sure on that one, but I'm saying it looks more Hungarian than French, but
I'm trying to think.
And it's pretty old for Canada.
Yeah, it's also
I'm saying
very
architecturally,
fancy.
it's between Hungary and France for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you choose.
I don't remember that floor at Versailles. The architecture looks very similar to Versailles, but I don't remember the floor. I'm going to go Hungary. Man, I should have gone with Versailles. Yeah. It's France. Bobby got it.
Yeah.
All right. This is Poland, Spain, England, or Germany.
Okay. Can you zoom in on what's on the top there? Horses?
4 horses. And there's someone at the top with like an eagle statue. Is that an Iron Cross? Is this Germany?
I think it's Germany. I don't think it's England. I think out of process of elimination, I feel like it's Germany.
All right. I think I'm guessing that too. We got it. All right. Germany is right. All right, I know this one. So this is the Eye, the London Eye, I believe, on the Thames River in England.
Yeah, that's it. And they got the view. And the London Bridge is just up from it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, India, or the Netherlands? Dude. Let's see.
It does not look like Saudi Arabia to me. Doesn't look like Egypt. So what are our other 2 choices? Netherlands
and India.
I'm going to say Netherlands.
Netherlands? I was thinking India.
Okay. Doesn't look like Saudi Arabia or Egypt to me, but right. I'm not familiar with that statue at all, but I'm leaning towards Netherlands.
All right. Oh, it's India.
India.
Yeah.
It's India. Is it Gandhi? Is that who that was?
I don't know.
A terrible version of him.
He's very chubby for Gandhi.
He's never been that tall.
All right, so we've got cliffs. South Korea, Argentina, Ireland, or Mexico.
Is that Acapulco? The cliffs of Acapulco?
I'm not sure. It looks warm.
But
it reminds me of the White Cliffs of Dover, which is UK. So I know they have cliffs like this in the UK, so it could be Ireland.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the kind of...
I used to watch cliff diving, on Wide World of Sports. And
just looking at
It doesn't look like that steep. They look more...
Well, the vegetation doesn't look tropical enough to me.
Okay. So you're thinking Ireland?
I'm thinking Ireland, but I could be wrong.
I'm going with you. I missed the last one. Good job.
I got it. If there was one cactus, I would have gone with you on Mexico. All right. Yemen, United Arab Emirates, Singapore, or Malaysia? Is this that pool thing?
I think of giant buildings, and I think of United Arab Emirates.
Same.
So I think that's what that one is.
Is that like the one that has the crazy shopping mall in it?
Mm-hmm.
You can get. Oh, it's Malaysia.
Nope, would have never got that. That would have been one of my last choices in there. The other one, I was 50-50 and we chose the wrong one. That one, I would have never got that one.
Okay, Bobby said UAE as well. So let's see. Venezuela and Colombia, Canada and the United States, Laos and Thailand, Zimbabwe, and Zambia.
I'm going to let you answer that one.
Are these the Angel Falls of Venezuela? It would be, if it's Venezuela, what I'm thinking, it would be close.
If it's Victoria Falls, it's Zambia, Zimbabwe. If it's United States, I have not been to Niagara Falls. It doesn't look like Niagara Falls.
It doesn't look like Niagara Falls.
And it's a strange angle. It could be Zimbabwe and Zambia, but it's not one of the typical pictures of Victoria Falls.
Yeah. And the trees don't look the way I would think it would be for Laos and Thailand. Mm-hmm. So.
But yeah, the foliage is pretty similar to that, but I don't understand this cliff to that cliff with the falls of which angle they took it from. They might have taken it from the Zambia side, which I was not on that side. So I'm still going to say Zimbabwe and Zambia.
All right. Hey, you got it. Whew. All right. Portugal, Greece, Croatia, or Turkey. That looks like very blue water. Mm-hmm. Lots of shipping.
So you're thinking Greece?
I'm thinking somewhere that has, so the 4 spires are something I've seen.
I was thinking Turkey, Croatia.
Yeah.
When you started going with the water thing,
Turkey's on the Mediterranean too.
Okay.
So
but is it that blue?
I mean, it could be. But Greece does have some influence from the Ottoman Empire days, from that architecture. I'm thinking Turkey.
I'm thinking. I was going to say. I think it's Turkey also.
Yeah.
Just with the.
All right, we got it.
Just with the architecture.
Oh, we're out of time. What are we on?
Paris.
13. Paris. Yes, that's Paris. We can speed through these. It's Tokyo. The Eiffel Tower.
I thought it was the Eiffel Tower.
All right. Oh, I got that one wrong.
Yeah. All right.
All right. We can be done.
Yeah. We're better.
I feel like we tied the audience.
We're better at what was than our geography.
Yes, we are. We need to work on geography. Thank you guys for joining me this week in Mike's absence. Thank you, Troy, for joining me.
Yes.
And I'm joining you for Bollocks. So tell me about Bollocks.
All right. Tonight we're talking about nicknames of states, some unofficial nicknames, some official nicknames, how they came to be. And, there's some pretty weird nicknames out there.
There are.
Yeah. So should be fun.
All right. That's going to be fun. We'll see you later. Come back 6:34. Bye, guys.